What's doing, everybody? Welcome to First Class Fatherhood. I'm Alec, and before I hit you with today's interview, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the link in the description so you can listen to all of the interviews I've done with so many tremendous dads, including Dana White, Deion Sanders, Tony Hawk, and so many others. Now let's get going with today's interview. Joining me now, First Class Father, Philip Payne. Welcome to First Class Fatherhood.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
All right, let's kick it off like this. How many kids do you have? How old are they?
I have one kid, and he is 5 weeks old right now.
Yeah, it's still got the price tag on him there, huh? Did you guys do a gender reveal to find out what you were having, or did you wait to the end?
Yeah, we did one with family, with close family, but yeah, it has been an amazing journey so far, and that's what I will tell you. That's for sure.
Awesome. What was that first ride home from the hospital like for you?
The thing is, we did a home birth, so it was right in the kitchen.
Wow.
Yep, right in the kitchen. We had an incredible midwife who was, there through the whole process, and she learned so much from her. Her energy was just great. She was so calm. She was, and we had a little bit of a scare towards the end, but how she handled it was just like, I'm just so glad that we did it at home, and I'm so glad the energy was good, and luckily my partner's parents was here so they could help, and it was just it was definitely the best day of my life.
Wow. Yeah, I would imagine it's probably very beneficial to do that now, especially in the state we're in with the coronavirus filling up the hospitals and stuff. It's probably a much better ordeal doing it at home. But if you could, Philip, please just hit my listeners with a little bit about your background and what you do.
Okay. So, boom, I'm from Garland, Texas. I went to the University of Texas on a football scholarship in 2006, played with Colt McCoy, Earl Thomas, Lamar Houston. It was from 2006 to 2010 was my class. Had an incredible time. I got to probably about my red shirt junior year and thought maybe football wasn't it, or maybe I could do something more. And prayed about it, and it was music. That's what it was. I knew I wanted to work in the music industry. I had always been the guy on the team who would put my teammates on the music, and I was always the guy they would come to as far as yo, what's new, what's coming out. And now that I think about it, I used to sing in the church choir. There were so many things that drew me back to music for some reason. So I thought, yeah, I want to be an A&R. I want to work for a record label. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to transfer the energy and the discipline and all the things I've learned in football and transfer it to being successful in the music business. So I'm in Austin, Texas. How do I break into the music industry? I have no idea, right? Luckily, we have ACL here. We have things like South by Southwest here. We had, things that I could intern for and things that I could, go to and meet people and network. So that was my goal. In that probably 2000, early 2011, I met who's my best friend now, and he also just had his baby boy. I met a guy named Sasha Stone, and Sasha was promoting this one concert with this rapper at the time that nobody knew, and his name was J. Cole. And I was a huge J. Cole fan because I had heard some of the early tapes, and I was just like, yo, I can't believe that this kid who was still in college is promoting it, is so, in the music industry. Met Sasha, me and him clicked, and he was like, yo, I was like, yo, I want to work with you. So I became a concert promoter in 2011, and I was an Austin rep, and I would flyer, I would promote these concerts, and Score was really good at catching things early. And we had found our niche was to catch something early and develop talent that only had kind of an internet fan base and grow them as far as on the live side to an arena act. So we would start with these acts from 100 people to 300 people to 500 people and it was only in Texas, but we had grown a reputation of like, yo, artists would come to Texas and like, yo, I didn't even know I had fans here. I didn't even know that this was a thing. I was able to make money. And we were kind of like A&Rs, honestly, at the time, where like, you know, the big promotion companies didn't really know that there were acts that were we found our niche where we were able to make money with acts who didn't have a radio hit or didn't have like a big song or big presence on the mainstream. We were able to find these acts and these acts that kids found like on blogs and on on YouTube. Like we were able to like get these kids paid and get these kids like up to a place where they could like, and they were unsigned and they were like, to a place where they could make a real career out of it. So as that happened, Sasha was like, yo, I want to get into artist management. There's this kid named Tory Lanez. I want you to listen to his music and tell me what you think. And I listened to it and I was kind of on the fence. And then one day we were moving into my apartment and he played me something. It was a singing song. Because the first song he played me was a rapping song. And the second song he played me was a singing song. I was like, who is that? And he was like, it's Tory. And I was like, definitely. Like I would be honored. And he put me on, and we worked with Tory since like late 2011 till now. And I started with Tory on as a tour manager, road manager, a DJ, a security, A&R, whatever it is I had to do when it came to the live side. And as he grew, we grew as a team, and we created a management company inside of Score Shows. So now with Score Promotions, now we have Score management with my partners Troy and Sasha and Madison and Katie and so many others are there to like help facilitate. And we have a roster full of artists that are doing really, really well right now. And that's kind of where we're at right now. And Tori's independent, and it's been an incredible journey so far, man.
Yeah, congratulations on your success, and I really appreciate the hustle that you put into it and the passion. And I'll tell you what, it seems like right now we're at a time where it's never been easier to put music or content out there, but it seems to be at the same time a little bit more difficult to make a living off of the content too, because the whole scope of the way we consume music, consume content has completely changed the game. And who knows now after what's happened here, how it will continue going forward. But reining it back into you as a dad here, what are the top values that you're hoping to instill in your son?
Self-awareness is one that I really, really want to instill into him. Patience, things that I've just learned. Those are two things that I've learned just growing up in my 32 years on this earth, and that have helped me be successful and help me help my interactions with people. Also discipline. That's something that I struggled with for a long time, but once I got the hang of it, it paid off. Especially with anything that I've been diligent and disciplined on, I've always seen the end results have always been tenfold. So it's like that's important. Also, just I would like him to study people, study human behavior. That's one thing that I am now in my like the last year. That's something I've been really, really passionate about. Is just studying how people talk and how people react to things and how people interact with each other and how they interact with their family. Like that's something I'm super passionate about.
Yeah, good stuff, Philip. And I know now you crossed over the threshold here, became a father, and I know we get that like 9 months of kind of build up and anticipation on what it's going to be like. What's the feeling of it? Has there been anything so far 5 weeks into the game here, that's kind of hit you off guard about being a dad? I know I'm sure everybody told you about the sleeplessness that's going to come with it, but has there been anything so far that you didn't expect? I know for myself the first time, I didn't expect to get pissed on quite so much. Has there been anything for you that's been kind of caught you off guard?
Because I work in the music industry, I thought the sleep thing was going to be a little bit easier. I thought that. I thought, like, okay, no sleep, like, I get it. No, I think what you don't understand is that it is when you get into the deep sleep, you have to wake up out of it. Like, that is what's exhausting, is boom, falling asleep, and then an hour or two later, boom, you have to be up. You have to get get out of the bed and go do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool when okay, you're up from, whatever, you woke up at 7 and you're up to like what, 5, 6, 10, 8, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you have a late night. Like, I get it. But imagine falling all the way to sleep, right? Get up and react now. And then falling all the way back to sleep and then getting up and reacting now. Like, that is what I kind of didn't know that it was going to be.
And I think one of the things too is that we all have this kind of sense like, well, I've pulled an all-nighter before. I'm going to be all right. But we don't realize it's night after night after night of this. It starts to be like, whoa, wait a second, when does this stop? And I get to go to sleep for a good 8 hours, So I think that's kind of the continuous of it.
And he teaches us something new all the time. Like, I think it's just been a learning experience, man. It really has been a learning experience. And you also realize that how different some people parent, because you're asking questions and you're asking, how did you do this? And you're asking your mom and dad, and like, how did they do this? And it's very interesting to learn how people parent their kids and how then they turn out to as well.
And are you able to help with the feedings at all? Or you got them drinking from the tap? You doing the breastfeeding? Or how are you working that out?
Not yet. Almost. I think I've been watching YouTube videos on how to feed. So, that's been my thing. I've learned how to air fry. I've learned how to sous vide. I've learned how I'm doing all types of things during quarantine. I'm coming out as a doctor, everything, man.
Yeah, and like you said, you hear like this advice from everybody. Everybody has a little different style of the way that they do everything. So you kind of take it all in and kind of decipher what works for you, what doesn't. You kind of get into your own little rhythm, your own little style. So I know that we have all these expectations going in, and then when it happens, they all kind of go out. Like Mike Tyson says, right, famously, we all got a plan until we get punched in the face, right? And then it all goes out the window.
Very true. That's very true.
What are your plans here for your first Father's Day coming up soon?
Oh man, when is Father's Day? What day is it?
It's June. You know what? I'm not June 21st, I believe, something like that.
Oh wow. I don't really have that. That's so interesting too. Is that like I get to participate in Father's Day? Like, it's like another birthday, right? I get to get a present and stuff. But I got an early Father's Day present. My partner and her parents, they got my degree finally. I got my degree framed, like, because I've just had my degree in this envelope and it's just been sitting over, collecting dust. But they put it in this really, really sweet, nice frame. So that's tight. So when I look up, I see it, and it's right next to one of our platinum singles that we had a couple years ago. So that's nice. Yeah,
very cool. And I seen that you did. I seen on your partner's Instagram you have a picture of the baby up there, but not the name. Just some initial. Is that for any particular reason? Is that just a security thing, or what's?
Just for security things. She also had some advice from one of her friends that that's something that they wish they wouldn't have done, is put the full name out there because of security reasons. There are people who've been sending death threats, and like just wanted to try to keep that under wraps as long as we can,
Yeah, because I know a lot of people, they choose not to even post any pictures at all on social media. I mean, I would imagine, unfortunately, that's the case that it has to be because we're in this sharing world where normally we all enjoy sharing our pictures of our kids, especially because it's our favorite thing. So, what was your first Mother's Day like for your partner there? Did you guys do anything? What was that like?
Listen, I went and got them balloons, and because also my mother-in-law is here as well, so I got balloons, and I got flowers, and um, breakfast, and it was nice. We went, and my partner got her mom Kendra Scott, so we went to Kendra Scott's shop, and then we went and got burgers, and tried to make it as normal as possible. And then we gave them really sweet gifts, and they cried, and it was nice. And I think she had a really nice.
Yeah, are you guys planning on having any more soon or what?
She says like, pump the brakes, but who knows? We don't know. I think for a while, we're trying to get used to this one, and trying to see if we can get the hang of it. But like, who knows? We're both not objecting to the fact.
All right. I like that. And what about for yourself here? What kind of goals or plans do you have for yourself for the future?
Man, me and my partners on the management side, we just started a label. So that is something I'm super, super passionate about as far as like developing other artists, because I truly feel like my purpose on this earth is to have a positive impact on as many people as possible before I leave. And the music industry is my platform right now, is what I can use it in. And there are a lot of artists that, I believe in, and I feel that, they just need the extra push or the extra support or the reassurance that they can do it. And seeing an artist succeed and seeing an artist make their dream come true is more than money for me. That feeling is everything to me. So that's something I'm really excited about, man. We just started it, and we have a couple artists now that we're super passionate about, and it feels good. It feels good.
Very cool. And last thing I'm going to hit you with here, I'd love to ask all the dads that I get on the podcast about advice. You're 5 weeks into this whole story. Is there any piece of advice that you got, or a piece of advice of your own that you could give to the new dad or for the about to be dad who's out there listening?
It would be to just remember it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Take every day by day, soak it in, because these moments you'll never get back. Always remember that. You'll blink and they'll be 18 and they'll be moving out. So do as much skin to skin as possible. Do as much, talk to them as much as you can. Soak in every single changing diaper, every time you wipe them up. Soak it in and really live in those moments and be engaged, because it'll fly by.
Yeah, very well said. I love the message. Welcome to fatherhood. This has been an honor for me. I got to say, Philip Payne, you're a first-class father all the way, and thank you so much for giving me a few minutes of your time here on First Class Fatherhood.
So much.